Hello, my spooky friends.
My name is Cassie.
And I'm Caitlin.
And welcome in to I'd Survive.
Why do we feel a little giggly? I don't know why.
It's because it's been too long. It's not been a week. It's been like
know.
10 days, and that does make a difference.
And that does feel extremely off.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're well. I forgot how to podcast.
It's like you waited for them to respond.
I hope you responded, everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, man. Cassie, what have you been up to?
I've been on vacay.
Heck yeah.
So thankfully not too much horror on my vacation.
Good.
Other than, if you want to consider it horror, I've been reading Jane Eyre with my sister.
Nice.
I actually don't know if it's listed as horror, but it's like gothic, and there's definitely horror elements, and I haven't read it since college, and I love the book so much, so would recommend. And then I also did finally, yesterday, I'm ahead of schedule a little bit for once.
Yay!
And I was like, I need to watch and pick a movie before the week starts so that I have like the full week to work on it for my next hosted episode. And so I watched a movie yesterday, and it was really okay.
This is already a great sign. So
it was good.
Okay.
But it actually really got to me a lot, which doesn't happen very much.
Interesting. Okay.
It was really fucked up. Like when I saw the top letterboxd for it, which was one of the reasons that it drew me to it, was like, this is like some twisted shit. Like I didn't know what I was getting into. That was the vibe.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, and then I would agree with that. I would agree with that person. So that'll be the next episode, and it should be an interesting one.
Could you categorize your next episode, this one that you're talking about, as fun?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because
today we're not going to have fun.
And this week, I'll get more into it in a
Oh,
minute,
dear. I do think we'll be able to have some fun next week.
Okay, good. Because I didn't want to do 3 weeks in a row where we had no fun.
Yeah.
And this one well, I'll get to it. But
okay.
I did watch a lot of horror, actually, since we last spoke. First and foremost, I believe we did already talk about Final Destination 5.
Yes.
Last time. So I have made it to Bloodlines.
Yes.
Which would, the final movie for now. And I loved Bloodlines. So like officially 5 and Bloodlines are my favorite Final Destination films.
Can you distinguish between the two as which one you like more?
It's hard because there's like one very specific thing about 5 that makes it so great that I'm not going to say. If you know, you know. Bloodlines, I think, has the best plot of any of the movies. Because a lot of the earlier films, I don't think really are heavy on the plot. They don't really care about the plot, and that's fine because it's about more of like the graphic deaths and that creative nature and like whatever. But like the plot in Bloodlines was like really cool and well thought out, and I don't know. The modern take on it was great, and I look forward to the next one, whatever they do.
Me too.
That'll be fun. Then last night, I watched a movie called Haunt, which you may remember from the podcast last October.
Gosh.
Yes.
What a throwback. That's what do you call it? Like amusement park one?
No, well, mine was the amusement park one, like Hell something.
Oh, it was just like a regular haunted house.
Yeah, it was your episode.
Yes.
And yeah, it was just like a haunted house one. And I just like, last night I was like in the mood. I wanted to work on my diamond painting. So I was like, I'm going to pick one of the episode movies.
Yeah.
That Cassie did. And this one is also on my 100 horror movie poster somehow.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm going to do that one. And it was really fun.
It is.
I actually really enjoyed it because I love any kind of haunted attraction type thing. I love in general. And then you put that in a horror movie and I'm so sat for it. So like it was actually pretty good. Like I was expecting something a little trashier.
Oh yeah, no, it looks good.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a well done movie, and I like the characters in it. They were definitely like stereotypes and stuff, but more interesting than a lot of ensemble casts. I think too. So that was really fun.
That might be one of my favorites that we did last October, actually.
Yeah. That was fun.
Definitely my favorite of the ones I covered. Because my other ones were, my other one was Murder Party.
Murder Party. That's the one I forgot about.
Which was
yes.
fun, but it was like so silly.
Yes.
And then my other one was House of a Thousand Corpses,
Right.
which leaned to exploitation for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So true. So true. Yeah. Well, that one was fun. And then I figure I should bring this up last but not least. I did watch Obsession again at the drive-in.
Yes.
Which was a cool experience.
Yeah.
The drive-in is great for movies that you want to either rewatch or like just don't care too much about because it's a little harder to pay attention. It's like distracting. You're not getting your great audio, blah, blah, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I saw a double feature of The Odyssey and Obsession. The Odyssey, really good, objectively.
I know. I do want to. I might wait, but I do want to watch that.
It's objectively really good. It was like a little hard for me to follow. They do a good job of keeping it, but it was just like I was distracted by the drive-in and whatever. But yeah, no, Obsession was fun to see again in that kind of setting. Really
That is
bizarre.
a fun way to watch it.
Yeah, that was great. But the last movie that I watched was a movie called Hunted from 2020. Probably, I would not be surprised if most people had not heard of this one. It's kind of just one of those ones that I like found. I think this was on Shudder. So, you know.
Yep.
One of those films. And this is, I won't tell you which films, but it's very much a combination of a couple episodes we've done before, just in the subgenre of horror that it is. And I did enjoy this movie.
Did you?
No.
I can't tell.
Okay. I enjoyed it. It's just, I think this is like the most scared I've ever been of like the bad guy. And for really unfortunate, uncomfortable, dark reasons. Like just who he is. And I don't know, we'll get into it. And there's like certain things that I like didn't want to get as much into as the movie does. It's weird because it's not like the most dark movie ever, but it makes you deeply uncomfortable. But
low-key, this is how I feel about my movie that we're going to be doing next week. But mine has like a splash of girly pop that I'm hoping will keep our heads above water. I'm not sure what we're about to get into today.
Okay, well, like the good news is though, you know, if this one's like this and then yours is like that, the one after that, my next episode. Don't you worry, guys. We'll be not in dark territory literally at all.
Big reset there.
Huge reset.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun one. But for now, we're not going to have as much fun.
Yep.
This movie, I don't have much information on, but I can give you just the straightforward basics. It premiered at the 2020 Fantasia Film Festival and then went directly to Shudder. And I feel like going directly to Shudder, it's good. Like you made it.
A win is a win, but
it's Shudder.
Yeah.
Like it's not, like not that many people are subscribed to it.
Yeah.
It's directed by Vincent. Okay, the last names here. Bear with me. Paranaud. And written by both himself alongside Leah Permole, maybe. I'm so sorry to these people whose names I just butchered. They're both French and have worked mostly on French projects. So like I think they've done bigger films, but they have been French. So I don't know them. Whereas this one is an English film. And before we jump into this movie, just a quick reminder that we do have a video version of the podcast over on Patreon, along with some bonus content. You can also check us out on Instagram and Discord, where you can fill out an interactable version of the worksheet along with us to get your own score. All of these links can be found, not me doing the never mind. I was doing the like motion down.
Yes.
All of these links can be found down in the description of this episode if you're interested. All right. You ready to get into it?
I think so.
All right. This is Hunted. Our film begins out in the dark woods where a woman sits with a young boy named Jeremy. The woman immediately gives off these very strange, mysterious vibes as she asks Jeremy if he can hear the song of the forest. He listens intently as the wind whistles through the trees and bugs chirp all around them. I can hear it now, he says proudly. That's the wolf girl who sings, the woman replies, and she's going to go on now and tell us a story from long, long ago. And we're going to get some like silhouetted, very play-like visuals alongside her narration here.
Mm-hmm.
So, back in the day, there was a priest who had decided he wanted to lead an army of paupers in order to liberate the Holy Land of Jerusalem. He had about 100 followers, and they made their way on foot to Jerusalem, but along the way, nearly all of them died from famine and bad weather. By the time they reached the forest, only a handful of followers remained. The woman tells Jeremy that they sit within the very forest that she speaks of. The hungry and exhausted group comes upon a young girl in the woods and decide they will eat her. They must do so to survive. The young girl begs to be set free, but the men refuse. So she sings out like in a prayer to God. Her beautiful voice awakens the forest, which decides to protect her. Just as the men are preparing to slice her up, large, scary wolves emerge from the trees and attack them. The woman, I don't really know how, we just cut to like she's riding one of the wolves.
Of course.
As you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
And the priest accuses her of being some kind of a witch.
Mm.
Before she rides off, the woman says, the company of wolves is better than that of man, which is I think this is a common thing that we explore in these days.
How awful the human species is.
Yes, I would rather hang out with some wolves than a man. Like, low-key facts.
Yeah.
The wolves then attack and kill the priest, and then the woman rides off, never to be seen again. Little Jeremy asks, are there still wolves, Mommy? And of course she replies, wolves? No. As for man? Yes, there are. And then before we hit the title card for Hunted, we get a quick found footage-esque shot of a man in a ski mask, like breathing heavily into the camera.
Are we supposed to assume he's present with them in the woods?
No,
it's a completely like, random different location.
Yes, it looks like he's like in a basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a weird, very off-putting because it's just such a contrast from where you just were. Yeah. And you're just like, huh? And then it just like cuts to like Hunted. Man
is still here and he's in your basement.
He's in your basement. Help. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut to a shot of a young, fit, blonde woman named Eve. And she is running on a treadmill, getting in her morning workout.
Good for her.
Good for her. Couldn't be me.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I did work out this morning for the first time in like a million years.
Wow.
Everybody clap. Everybody clap. This is a big deal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we're only going to linger on this for a moment before we see her at her job. She's showing a man in a suit something on her laptop while standing on a construction site. Seems like a development where like new homes are going up. Mm-hmm. And we don't hear their conversation, but cutting to a call with Eve's boss, we can tell it did not go well. Eve is sitting in her car just after having spoken with the man at the site. And the boss has the energy that she isn't doing enough. She needs to be tougher and make sure these people agree to their terms. She says she's working on it and is sure she's got it under control, but her boss doesn't seem confident. He offers to send out Martin tomorrow to help her out.
Ugh.
Yes.
I feel the energy.
Yes, it's
a
very
woman
much
can't
like,
do this. Let me send a man. Yeah.
This is exactly the energy. And it's like, this man can come help you. And she's like, no, that's fine. I'm good. She hangs up the phone, visibly frustrated by that conversation. But when she looks up, a black dog sits in front of her car, locking eyes with her. She holds its gaze as her phone rings again and she answers. This time it's someone named Alex who is calling about something regarding an apartment. She says they can discuss it when she gets back. And even when she hangs up the phone, the dog stays staring her down. Anyway, later that night, Eve sits in her bed watching some old romance and her phone rings again. It's Alex. She hits ignore. They call again. She ignores them again. She seems to have had enough, so she gets up, grabs her red coat, and heads out, leaving her phone behind.
Is this a Little Red Riding Hood retelling?
It's so funny you say that, because yes, and I didn't know until afterward.
Oh. The wolves in the red coat?
Yeah, I didn't pick up on it.
Oh. Wow, that makes sense with Hunted as well.
Yeah, so it is. So this movie does like pull stuff from Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay, I'm here.
But not in an obnoxious way. I mean, like the coat.
Right. Yes. You can get through it without it being in your face. And
to be fair,
yeah.
Me saying the red coat like made you go, why'd you say red?
This is true.
Whereas, you know,
if
like,
I saw it, I might just look past it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is like the difference there.
Yeah.
So she's left without her phone, and we see a text come through from Alex saying, Eve, what's going on? Well, Eve is walking down the dark and desolate street outside on her own until she reaches a bar. She goes inside and takes a seat by herself at the counter. She looks around, looks at the dance floor where people are vibing, and then through it to the other side where two men are chatting in the back. It looks kind of like they might be looking at her, but she turns back to the bartender and orders a mojito. One of the guys from the back makes his way to the dance floor and starts dancing like an absolute goober. Just goofy ass dance moves. Like he's having a great time. Mm-hmm. And Eve just kind of smiles and laughs at his antics. Are you my date? The voice of another man asks over her shoulder. Eve just shakes her head no, and the guy's like, yeah, I know, I'm just kidding. And Eve like chuckles politely like, ha, yeah, okay. He then offers her a drink, which she declines, before guessing her nationality is Russian or Polish. She's French. It's clear that Eve just wants this dude to go away, but he keeps talking. Shocker. You know the vibes. She turns away to like give the man the clear sign of like, hey, I'm not interested. But then he leans into her back asking if she'll come to his place. Just like
what is wrong with him?
Literally, right? She finally gets a little aggressive, being like, hey, that's enough. Mm-hmm. Then the man decides to act like the victim, asking her who she thinks she is anyway.
Oh my God.
Yes.
No, I'm so triggered. Yeah. I'm so upset. I just see people online talk about this whole situation, about how women... I do even want to talk about this.
She's going to go off right now.
Where like women don't make it clear enough. Like I hear that men say that online, and then it's like, well, we do. Just like open your eyes maybe. And then it's also like, well, just say no. Okay, look what happens. Look what happens when we decide not to be polite and kind, and we just say no. This is what happens. Probably like a good 50-50. You really are tossing a coin when you say no to a man like this. And as far as what their reaction is going to be. And it's like scary because I don't want you to be upset. But like it just makes me so uncomfortable. And I just hate him, and I hope he dies.
Yeah.
Because it's a horror movie, and you know, it's fictional, and life doesn't mean as much in these movies. Okay.
Yes, fair enough. So yeah, he's acting like all victim-y, and then he grabs at her.
Oh.
And then the goofy man, like dancing man, approaches and tells this guy to like knock it off.
Okay.
And he doesn't.
Oh.
He asks the bartender for 2 more drinks for, quote, me and my girl.
What?
Yeah, ew. So Goofy Guy leans into this weird dude and whispers something into his ear. And then the weird guy just like turns and walks away without a word. You're just like, what the hell did it take? You know?
What could it be? Let me think.
Literally, what could it be?
I'm trying to think, like, what it's very interesting, though, again, with the themes at the beginning where it's like, I'll send a man to the site to work with you. A man can do this. It's very much, it's like really annoying that the only thing that can make this man go away is another man.
Yeah, right.
Like, that pisses me off, too.
Right.
God, I don't know. And I don't want, do we ever find out?
No.
Because, like, my mind immediately goes to, like, she is mine. And it's like, oh, a man can like respect the ownership of another man, but not an ownership of a woman over her own body.
That's actually, my brain never went there. I think that is the most likely thing.
Yeah, it's annoying.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, This guy
But
walks
now I'm
off.
scared because this guy, because I know there's going to be like a
Sure.
wolf man. Well, not literally. Well, I don't know, maybe literally, but
maybe a literal wolf, actually.
Yeah. But now I'm like, oh, is this guy who's saving us from another guy, is he going to be awful too? Well, let's see.
All right. So this new man, he takes a seat next to her asking if she's okay, and she just thanks him for what he did.
Yeah.
The 2 drinks that other dude had ordered get placed on the bar, and Eve and this new guy decide they're going to take one each. And they go ahead and they just chug it down. Eve asks the man what he whispered to the guy, and he just makes a joke about telling the guy to change his deodorant. Eve laughs and lets it go. We don't know what he said.
Yeah.
They get to chatting, and they definitely seem to have a bit of a spark between them. The man tells us that he's in town to see his brother, and he gestures to that other guy in the back that he was talking to earlier. His girlfriend just died from cancer, so he's here to help him out. Mm-hmm. The man offers to buy the next round of drinks, and Eve slurps the bottom of her existing glass to say, well, yes, of course. Mm-hmm. We cut to sometime later in the night, many drinks later, and we've got Eve and the man dancing away, having a great time. It's like this strobed out dance sequence. It's very intense. Like we're at the club, but we're not. We're literally just in a bar. But, you know what I mean?
It's the club to them.
Exactly. At one point, they go outside to have a smoke, and after staring into each other's eyes for a beat, too long, they kiss. Mm-hmm. And it's like one pretty quick kiss that very quickly turns into them getting into the back of the man's car to make out.
Oh, okay.
They're going at it, and Eve runs her hand down the man's body, and when she reaches his crotch, the man stops kissing her and pulls back a little bit. Uh-huh. And Eve is like, oh, are you good? Did I do something wrong? Mm-hmm. The man doesn't say a word as his brother jumps into the driver's seat, starts the car, and begins to drive. Oh! Good stuff, good stuff.
This is, well, I say this every episode, but this is why I'm scared. This is why I'm scared.
Literally every episode, Cassie goes, this is why I don't go outside.
This is why I'm becoming agoraphobic.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, of course, the guy that saved you and helped you and is nice to you. Yeah, of course, he's the one that's going to kidnap you. That's how it goes, doesn't it?
It does. And that's the sad part.
Yeah.
Eve looks between the 2 men. What are you guys doing? She asks. They just remain really calm and ignore her. Eve, understandably, begins to panic and is like, what is happening right now? The man is like, that place sucked. We gotta get out of here. Go somewhere else. And
they're
he
weird.
seems totally chill.
That's weird. What are they? Why do they do? Like, just you have her. So why are you still putting on this mask? Mm-hmm.
And he's acting specifically. I wrote acting like this isn't weird, and you just said it. It is super weird.
Yeah.
Eve is clearly just annoyed, saying she didn't agree to this. She wants him to take her back there now.
Yeah.
The man's telling her to chill out. They'll just have one last drink back at his place, have a little fun all together, and then she can go back. And Eve is like, whoa, all together? What? And then the man gestures to his brother up front, and Eve is like, whoa, your brother? Like, what? No, this is crazy.
Yeah.
The man laughs, and the voice from the front seat says, I'm not his brother.
Of course. Mm-hmm. You know what? And fuck them for throwing in the cancer shit.
I know. Yeah. I know. That was so
awful.
Unnecessary.
Yeah.
Fear floods Eve's face as she demands that they stop the car right now and let her out. She tries to open the door herself, but it won't budge. Child lock. Sorry, the man says with a big smile. Eve doesn't let up, getting more aggressive, and eventually the man tells his not brother to stop the car. He pulls over and unlocks the doors. Eve gets out and immediately begins to walk back toward the direction of the bar. The car starts reversing back to her, so she stops and stares it down. The man is in the back seat, leaning out the window with a large video camera, taping her.
Oh my God. I don't know why that always makes it worse. It's fucking awful either way. But for some reason, video camera stuff and filming this kind of stuff is just a huge leap to a whole nother level that disgusts me.
Absolutely. Because it's about documenting it and then going back and watching it later. And it's a whole other level of psychotic.
Yeah.
As soon as there's a camera, it goes from because you can just be a really bad person and bring the camera and you're full-blown psycho at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also in the victim's mentality, it's exists forever now.
Yes.
Like you can't escape it anymore because it's out there forever now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does make it super weird.
Yeah.
So he's leaning out the window, taping her, and then they just speed away back down the road, and Eve flips them off.
Oh.
So
wait. So what?
That's how I felt. So that's okay. This is a valid response.
They took her out the car.
She got out the car. Yeah,
she got out the car. Out. They filmed her.
Yep, and then they drove
out
away.
the car. And then they... So what did they even film? Her standing on the street?
Yeah, just her standing there.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Really weird.
Okay.
So luckily the place where they dropped Eve off happens to be right next to a gas station. So she heads right over there. The attendant here is teaching himself Chinese via a colorful cartoon on his phone. And he's a very happy-go-lucky kind of dude. And he's really enjoying his Chinese lessons on his phone. And Eve walks right up to him and asks if she can borrow a phone here in order to call a taxi. The man tells her that she isn't going to get a taxi at this hour, but he'd be willing to bring her into town when he closes up in 20 minutes. Surprisingly, Eve says that would be nice without any hesitation. I'm thinking to myself, I'm not getting in another strange man's car. You would think, like, immediately after what just happened, you wouldn't just jump to being like, yeah, that sounds great.
Weirdly, I think I would.
You think so?
Because I'd be like, statistically, I just met two awful men, so you must be one of the good ones. Right? It would be like it would be so crazy to be like, that just happened and now you're evil too. That's crazy what just happened. You must be a good person, just statistically.
Statistically. Bringing in the statistics. You know, that's a valid response. That's a valid response. So passing the time, Eve walks around the store looking at the merchandise while the attendant takes out the trash. While she's preoccupied, another patron enters the store and makes a beeline for the aisle just beyond her. Then she's like looking at stuff, and then a small teddy bear pops its head over the aisle, jump scaring her. And the person
very Scream.
Oh yeah, it is. The person holding it makes some like disturbing moaning sounds.
Oh.
And then says, "Hello, little girl."
Ew.
And the man from before pops up above the aisle partition.
Mm-hmm.
He continues to voice the bear. "I'm very sweet and I love little sluts like you."
Mm.
Then he turns the bear toward himself, saying like, "Stop it, Andy. I told you to be polite." He has a little fake fight with the stuffed bear. And then the station attendant comes back in and immediately clocks like the energy is weird here.
Okay.
"Is this guy bothering you?" he asks Eve. The man immediately turns to the attendant and changes his demeanor drastically to very calm and sad. "Oh, we're together," he says. "Tell them, honey. Come on, you can't leave me like this. You're breaking my heart." He speaks to her as though they just broke up and like he really wants her back. And Eve says nothing.
Oh.
She stays quiet. When the attendant tells the guy this probably isn't the best place for this conversation, he gets very apologetic, making the attendant feel sympathetic toward him. The attendant even gives him a little like pep talk to get through these emotions that he's feeling. And then the man excuses himself to go use the restroom. And once he's out of earshot, Eve leans toward the attendant and whispers an aggressive, like, "We need to go."
Mm-hmm.
A loud crash sounds from the bathroom, and the attendant runs in to see what happened. A solid 15 seconds of silence pass before Eve thinks of running out the front door. But when she looks at the front door, the second man, who we're going to call the accomplice for now, is standing just outside.
Mm-hmm.
Eve freezes as the man comes walking confidently out of the bathroom, his footsteps leaving behind a trail of blood. "Sorry, did I take too long?" he asks Eve. He grabs some snacks, the cash from the register, and some vodka before leading Eve back out the front door. Eve doesn't fight back at all here. She just does as she's told. The man walks straight to the trunk of the car and pops it open. Eve looks to him and quietly begs for him not to do whatever it is that he's doing. She begins to cry, and the man casually grabs a taser and tases her in the neck. Quick cut to Eve's phone in her apartment. She now has 4 missed calls from Alex and a new text saying, "Is there somebody else?" And so this is like the first time that we think, whoever this is like a romantic interest.
Right.
And is trying to get in touch with her. So the men drive and drive with Eve in the trunk through.
Wait, so what happened with they just left the gas guy behind?
I think he killed him.
Oh, he did kill him
because he walks out and he's leaving like footprints of blood on the floor.
Yeah.
So I think the implication is that he killed him. Okay. Which is disappointing because when I was like writing the worksheet and everything for this scene, I'm like looking at it and I'm like, it feels like she should have been able to get out, but when you like take in every detail, it's like actually she didn't do anything super wrong. She just kind of got cornered.
Yeah.
You know, and it sucks. So the men are driving through desolate roads in wooded areas. At one point, the man looks at the sour expression on his accomplice's face and asks him what's wrong. What? She's not hot enough for you? You want to go find a different girl? The accomplice stays quiet until the man pushes him more. I don't think I can do this, he finally says. The man hypes him up. I know you can do this. I'm counting on you. We're a team. I think it's wrong, the accomplice says.
You know what? This could be super fucked up of me to think.
Sure.
But I don't think this is real. This conversation being had, I feel like they're so fucked up that he's acting like there's a chance that she could get through to him, but there is no chance. And he's just like, just kidding. Like, I'm so excited to fucking kill you. You know what I mean? And if that's not what this is, maybe I'll write this fucked up scenario myself in the future because that's so scary. Do you get what I'm saying?
No.
Where he is being performative in his state,
the man
his claim, the accomplice is being performative in his wishy-washy, I don't know if we should do this, just to fuck with her mind and make him think she has a chance to get through to him, but she doesn't.
Okay, so this is on me.
Oh.
One, she is unconscious in the trunk.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Wait, maybe I'm just like zoned out today. No, that's on me.
And you know what? I actually tried to find an answer to this.
Oh.
I was unsure. And it's hard. Like, I don't know how to say this in the correct way. And if anyone's seen this movie, please weigh in on this on Discord. The accomplice seems like he's not all there.
Okay.
There's something going on. I don't know if he's on the spectrum or something, but like there's an extreme power dynamic where this man,
where he's being like manipulated by the main guy.
He kind of is almost acting like a child, and I don't really know what the implication is here.
Okay.
With his situation, but he's not like, he doesn't come across as evil. He comes across as fully manipulated by the other man.
Well, that could be good for us. You know, that it's not like two people that are just like, can't wait. The fact that we have someone who's genuinely unsure about all this, maybe that's something that our girl can work with.
Yeah, there's a lot to this, and I could not find any like straight answers. I think because this is like not a
more
super well-known movie.
Yeah,
but there's a lot here where I'm like, ooh, what does that mean, and how does this work? So anyone who watches this movie who wants to provide context, please go to the Discord because like I tried looking stuff up on it and couldn't find what I was looking for. So please fill me in.
Not performative. Because we're knocked out.
Yes. And he genuinely seems like he doesn't want to do this.
Yeah, okay.
So the accomplice goes, I think it's wrong. And the man slams on the brakes and pulls over, turns on the lights in the car. He still remains calm, telling him, you know what? It's all right. And then he pulls out some Viagra and hands it over to him.
Oh.
In case you feel a little shy, he says.
Oh my God.
He then goes on to explain how even porn stars use this stuff. It's a very weird, awful, whatever conversation, and they go back out on the road. A little while later...
Wait, does he take it, or does he just keep it for now?
He just, like, grabs it and, like, holds on to it.
Okay.
A little while later, the men are, like, bumping to some dance music, and Eve wakes up in the trunk. Her hands are tied, her mouth is taped, and a cell phone rings next to her. In the trunk, and she tries really hard to answer it. This phone, it seems to have slid out of a sparkly pink purse, insinuating that it is that of a previous victim's.
Oh.
And the incoming call says mom. Eve manages to accept the call, but she can't say anything with the tape over her mouth, so she's just crying like into the receiver. But the connection is also bad, so it's really a dead-end situation.
Mm-hmm.
We cut to a shot of a boar in the woods. It seems to suddenly become frightened by something. Anyway, the men share a bottle of vodka in the front seat, and when the man passes the bottle back to the accomplice like casually wipes the rim before taking a sip.
Mm-hmm.
The man cuts the music off. I don't have AIDS, you know, he says, genuinely irritated, and the accomplice is confused. What's your problem? The man suddenly explodes. Do I disgust you? Does my mouth disgust you? The accomplice is scared and upset by this. He just wiped the bottle out of habit.
Yeah.
It didn't mean anything. Do you love me? The man asks.
Oh.
The accomplice is just like, yeah. Kiss me then, the man replies. I love that you're just like, oh. This is one of those movies. I know there are certain ones where that's all you have, and it's so funny because yes,
I actually didn't realize that those were all being out loud as well.
Oh, exactly.
Okay.
So the accomplice like laughs like uncomfortably because he's like, ha, yeah, right. And then the man like leans over and laughs, but quickly goes back to like serious mode and is like, kiss me now. The accomplice can see he's not joking, so he leans back and the two of them kiss on the lips.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know, we're still driving. We're on the road. And in the time that the man's eyes have been off the road, that boar that we saw has now run into the middle. Even noticing it at the last second, there's no time for the man to avoid the collision. The car hits the boar with a loud crash, and the car rolls over into the brush. And this is Act 1.
This is something.
Yeah, this is a story of a movie that I
feel
watched.
sad.
I know. And this is what I meant when I said it's not a fun episode, because this is an example of an episode that feels like just too real. And
exactly.
And I'll tell you, like, one of the episodes it was reminding me of that we did in the past was Alone.
Yes.
Very much that. So, and what I'll say about the man, and I keep calling him the man because I'll just tell you now, we never get a name. He's listed as man in the credits. There's never a name. He is so scary. And I think it's because he's big, he's strong, and he's able to make himself come across as very charismatic, but he's absolutely insane and cocky and proud of himself. And like,
because he's the one that was goofy dancing.
Yeah.
You can't be both. Like in horror movies, it's too real when you're both. Because that's what real people are.
So scary. This man makes me wildly uncomfortable.
Yeah. But I also wonder if the kiss is, I assume, just a further,
like, manipulation.
Yeah. It's just like more manipulation. But like that could go one way or the other. Like, so it seems risky to do that move, because it could either make him feel more attached to you, or it could make him feel more like nervous about you and be like, oh, that's not what I want, so let me get out of this situation.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. It's a really fun time. I have 3 questions. I also predicted what percentage of 10, 20, 30, 40 like we would be I would be in at the end, and I got it right.
Oh.
I'm curious to see if you fall similarly to me.
Should I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
I think I'm going to be in the 20s by the end.
Okay.
Because of this opening act feeling like she didn't really do much wrong.
True. But, no, okay. All right. This was a little bit of a tricky worksheet.
Okay.
Even though it's like very standard, I'd survive. It's just, it was weird. Anyway.
Okay.
I already know where you're going to land for 1A. Here's 1A.
Okay.
You're feeling overwhelmed and need to get out of the house. How unlikely are you to go to a bar alone? I
How
know.
unlikely. Actually, 100.
Yeah, I thought you might say that.
Not even 99. Like
I thought you would say that. So
100. I would never alone. I would with someone else. And even then, like a bar isn't really my scene. But like
sure.
it would be a much lower number if I had someone to go with.
Right.
But no, alone, I would never.
Yeah, I knew you would say that.
I'll like go to the movies instead.
That's actually
You
a
know?
good one.
Yeah.
That's a smart plan. I thought about this a lot, and
Yeah.
I was thinking I was going to go pretty low, and then I was like, honestly, no, I've never once done this, and I don't think I would. Like, I gave myself an 85 because, like, I think I could see myself doing that, but not likely.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
because I feel like you are saying I want to be talked to, and I'm never feeling that way.
Right? Please talk to me.
Like if you go to a bar alone, you're invited. Like I feel like you're inviting people to be socialize with you.
And yeah.
And I feel like neither of us. I mean, I'm more the extreme, but even you, like that's just not the way you would go about that if you're feeling sociable.
No.
Yeah.
A bar is not. Exactly. Okay. Haha.
Ooh.
No, this one's just funny, and maybe you'll know why I think it's funny.
Oh.
How unlikely are you to get drunk with a stranger at a bar and then get into their car?
How unlikely? A stranger.
Yes.
I'm thinking about something.
This isn't even a pre-set up thing. This is someone you met at the bar.
How unlikely? I think 100.
I would believe you if you said 100.
I think I would I might have one drink.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't let myself get drunk around a stranger. So I would let myself have one shot, one drink, but like not more than that. The thing is, if I got drunk enough,
right?
Well, if anyone gets drunk enough, maybe you'll find yourself getting into a stranger's car. Like there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I would let myself get to that point.
Yeah.
So I think I am gonna go 100.
Yeah.
The only thing is, if I take the one drink or one shot, if it was drugged, that's what could be the problem for me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what the situation is.
No, not at all.
So yeah, I'm gonna go 100.
Fair. So
no,
considering
I don't even want to know.
Girl, I practically fucking did this like a month ago. Except it was a boat and not a car. So
wait, you were drunk on top of that?
I was a little tipsy.
Okay, tipsy is fine.
I wasn't drunk, but I let myself have 17%.
Right. Oh wow.
Because
yeah.
It's a stranger. I think I would be significantly less likely to have gotten on the boat if it wasn't like something that had been prepped in a dating app ahead of time. You know what I mean?
Right. Like
there was at least something prior. It wasn't a stranger. But I also still think I just don't
We do have different definitions of stranger, but I also understand what you're saying. There is a difference there.
There is a difference. Yes. That's still technically a stranger. Like I don't disagree with that. Yeah. But it's different. So I did go 17.
Yes, I understand.
Unfortunately. But that's why you have my location now.
Yeah. I don't.
Yes, I sent it to you.
You did?
Yes.
When?
You have it.
Wait, what app?
Literally the Find My app.
What? When did you send this?
A while back. I don't know.
Really?
Like 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could have been stalking you this whole time.
Yeah, you could have been.
Okay, I'll go back and find that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I ended up sharing it with 5 different people after that happened because
I could share you my location and you'll see the 2 places that I am at.
No,
all the
same
time.
though. Same though.
Yeah, I mean, so like here in my parents' house.
Exactly. Okay, this last question. This is all right, I'm just gonna ask it. You get to the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Do you request to call 911 over a taxi?
I'm trying to think of everything they said before they dropped us. The camera's really freaking me out, and like just them driving off, obviously. And they did make a comment about how they're gonna both have me.
He like just kind of offhand said that like they could all have fun at his place and then go back to the bar.
I don't think I would call the 911. I think I would probably call my mom.
You say that all the time. I love it. You're like, I would call my mom.
Yeah.
Hey, mom.
Mom, I'm scared. Come pick me up. Like, that's my reaction to most things. So if we're considering like mom taxi, kind of the same thing.
You can factor in. No, I'm going to let you factor in mom, not a ton, but like you can bring your score up if you think you would call a friend or relative.
Okay. So I'm going to go. And she has her phone on her.
No, she left it back at her apartment.
Left it. Okay, well, that's something I would never do.
I know. I thought about that after. I should have included that.
But that's okay. So we'll just say we're going to immediately call someone. The gas station person has a phone.
Yeah, the phone actually doesn't even make a difference because you have access to a phone right now.
Okay.
And after this, they would have taken it off you anyway.
Okay. I'm going to go 68.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went 12.
Whoa.
Because I was really focused on, like, I'm not going to call 911 over that.
No.
And I don't think I would think to call somebody I know at that point.
I just do,
either.
like, even if I'm not feeling the danger, I'm like, I need to tell someone that was so crazy. Like, I just have to tell you the story. Even if I'm not freaking out and I'm like, I need help, I would, like, call them and tell them. And then my mom would probably freak out. And she would do the work from there for me. But
yeah. No, that's fair. That's valid. You're gonna, give me your score for this act.
Okay. So my first act is an 89%.
Yeah, mine's a 38.
Okay.
Because I got onto the boat. Pretty much.
That'll haunt you forever.
It really will.
In this podcast. Like, there will be so many times where you'll be like, no, girl, the boat. Like, bring it down.
Like, you did it already. Like, what are you talking about? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't expecting the first act to go that low for me, but then, like, I thought about it and I was like, shit. I'm screwed. Act 1, I'm screwed. But that's okay.
But you can learn. And in like a month's time, you won't get on the boat and your scores will come back up.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into Act 2. Okay, so the car is upside down and the trunk opens up and Eve tumbles out.
Great.
Her hands are still tied, her mouth is still taped, but she sees the phone has fallen onto the ground next to her. She grabs it and creeps around to the front of the car to check on the status of the men. Peering down into the windows, she is met with silence. The man's eyes are closed, but in a very cliche, predictable moment, his eyes like shoot open and look directly at her.
Sure.
Eve takes off running the best she can in her state as the man fights his way out of the upside-down car. Once he's back on his feet, he just lets out 2 angry, primal man screams.
I just don't
know the type.
I do, and I'm upset.
Mm-hmm. I know. That's period. End of story.
Yep.
The other guy, he's having a tough time. My stomach. There's something stuck in my stomach, he cries.
Oh.
How many times have I told you to put on your seatbelt? The man replies, not giving a single shit. He tells him, get out of the car, and he also doesn't help him when the accomplice is like, hey, I need help. He doesn't care. Instead, he goes into his bag and retrieves his headlamp and checks to make sure that his video camera survived the crash. It did. He's relieved. Then he grabs a can of gasoline that I guess they had and starts dumping it all over the car. Mind you, the accomplice is still inside and panicking now.
Oh my God.
The man lights a cigarette and gives it a puff, just as the accomplice scrambles quickly out of the passenger seat in pain. Let's go, the man says, throwing the cigarette toward the car, setting it ablaze. Now they wander into the woods to search for Eve, who is honestly not too far ahead of them, unfortunately. The accomplice struggles, given that he has like a massive gash in like his stomach, torso, side area. Eve hides herself behind a tree as the men start to walk past. The man specifically calling out for her. Then the cell phone she's been holding onto lights up and rings.
Ugh.
The man hear it, meaning that Eve has to drop the phone and keep running. Thus ensues a fairly close chase sequence featuring a lot of tripping and running into branches, and Eve runs herself into a dead end. It's a cliff over water. She stops and turns back to the men, and The leader man, he laughs, seeing that they have her cornered. Then Eve decides to be unnecessarily dramatic as we get slow-mo here, she falls backward off the cliff and like lands in the water below with a loud splash.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why she's like weird about it, but she is.
Yeah.
The men opt not to jump after her, so that's a W.
Okay.
Eve struggles in that water, though. Her hands are still tied, and she makes her way to a shoreline. Once there, she uses the stump of a tree to cut her hands free and also finally removes the tape over her mouth. As she lays there completely exhausted, a deer walks calmly into view and takes a seat near her. Eve wanders over to the deer, puts her arms around it, and the deer doesn't move, doesn't mind. She lays her head upon its body, using it as a pillow, and falls asleep.
Okay.
Kind of crazy.
I don't think I would. I would love to do that if I was a Disney princess, but I don't think I would do that in real life.
Yeah.
But that's nice for her.
Her ability to fall asleep here is insane.
I wouldn't be sleeping. That's crazy too.
Right. There's multiple layers of insanity here.
Yeah.
The deer and the fact that she's going to sleep.
You got to be on the move until you are to a civilization that can help you. Yeah.
This movie is honestly pretty decent, but I can see why it hit Shudder and it's stuff like this where you go,
yes.
What?
Yes.
Ha, but it's fine. Meanwhile, the man is watching back his old snuff films on his phone. We see the process of him seducing the victim and then bringing her back to some warehouse where she's stripped down to her underwear. Mm-hmm. The sequence ends before things get too heavy, but regardless, a hard watch because we know what happens at the end of the sequence. The night passes and Eve wakes up the next morning alone on the grass to the sound of a crow cawing, and the deer is gone. She finds some berries and eats them off a bush, so at least she's found herself a little snack, and the men are off wandering the woods as well. The man is trekking along, excited to find Eve, while the accomplice is really struggling both physically and mentally. Mm-hmm. He thinks they should give up, get as far away from here as possible. They're never going to find her in the woods. The man grabs the accomplice's shirt. "Did she see her faces?" he asks. And the accomplice nods. The man asks, "Well, haven't you ever watched TV?" I think the accomplice's answer here is somewhat important. He says, "In the foster home, that's all I ever did." Mm-hmm. So we know at least he did not have an easy childhood.
Right.
The accomplice begins to whimper. The gash in his side is really starting to get to him. The man rolls his eyes and tells him he'll take a quick look at it. The accomplice rolls up his shirt, and the gash is deep, actively oozing blood out of it. So what's the man do? He shoves his index finger deep inside as the accomplice cries out in pain.
Oh my God.
And
I don't understand.
This man is genuinely so crazy.
Yeah.
And is so up and down and wild, and it's just weird.
Uh-huh.
But it's believable.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yes.
Because it does look like something that you could see.
It's just one big power trip wherever he can get it.
Mm-hmm. And he dead serious, deadpan asks, "Does that hurt?"
Oh my God.
And the accomplice cries back a pained yes. The man's like, "Okay, I got this." Oh my God. Okay. So he takes a roll of duct tape and just starts wrapping it around the torso, right God. Over the gash. And it just, the thought of that
the thought of it
so
coming off.
Horrifying.
I hate that. Yeah.
What? What would happen? I mean, I'm sure the doctors would know what to do, but
definitely. And it would help for now, but that would be I feel that would be the risk of it coming off would be really scary and damaging.
Yeah. Watching him do this, I was just no way. And the man's like, "See, no need to go to the hospital. You're all good." The accomplice actually looks furious, but he always obeys the man, so he just gets up and keeps on going.
You know what? Well, it's annoying because the added layer of him possibly being manipulated through some sort of mental disability, the possibility of the movie trying to give whatever message that is, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Or just maybe they did that to make the man worse, because it's like, oh, you're taking advantage of someone with a mental disability. So like, obviously, but it's like, we know he's a psychopath. Does that need to be happening on top of it? Anyways, all this to say, it kind of is just giving also like bystander effect of a lot of men, where it's like, well, I'm not doing anything and I think this is wrong, but I'm going along with it. It just sucks.
No, that's true. Yeah. So the two men make their way down to the river, and the man refreshes with the icy water and then takes out like a Twix bar. We don't see it, but I'm pretty sure it's a Twix bar. And he like breaks it and offers one half to the accomplice. But when he declines the offer, the man chucks that half and the wrapper into the river.
What is wrong? This is the craziest thing he's done so far.
I know, like he just threw the other half. You're not gonna eat that? Like what? That's so crazy.
So weird. What the heck?
But anyway, we're gonna like just follow the wrapper downstream until it passes Eve, who is unknowingly walking toward the men on the other side of the river.
That's awful.
And she's just walking by, and she walks past without seeing them. But unfortunately, they do spot her. And I figure now it's a great time to mention that Eve is still wearing her bright red coat.
Oh.
You know, again, this comes back to Little Red Riding Hood, but like, girlie, take off the coat.
You gotta. Yeah. Does it look like extremely cold?
It looks like it's probably cold, but not like to an extreme. Like, she could definitely take it off.
Dang it.
You know? So the man, he's got to get his shoes back on and like get his stuff together. So he like whisper yells at the accomplice to like hurry up and go after her. The accomplice grabs his walking stick and limps across the waist-deep river to the other side. Once the man has gathered his things, he hurries after the accomplice, who has made it to the other side. Now, the accomplice is doing a bit of a gallop run toward Eve, who doesn't notice him at all until he's just behind her.
Oh.
She turns to look, and he just stops in his tracks. And they stare at one another for like a solid 10 seconds. In silence, before we hear the man's voice behind them, "Grab her, you moron!" Clearly, like, he has that, like we were saying, like, this could help us. He doesn't know what to do. Like, he's caught up to her, and now he's like, oh. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So even the accomplice both start running again. And reaching a hill, Eve starts to climb up, and the struggling accomplice begs her to please just stop. Like, stop running. Eve picks up a decent-sized boulder and hurls it down the hill, and it hits the accomplice square in the face.
Oh.
And, like, sends him flying back.
Wow.
The man is really gaining on them. So Eve has no time to stop. She keeps climbing. The man follows after her, losing stamina along the way. Eventually, he makes it to yet another cliffside, and Eve is nowhere in sight. He stands over the ledge and screams out in frustration, having lost her again. But Eve has simply pressed herself against the cliff in like a little nook and is doing a good job at hiding. She's right below him, but he doesn't see her. Luckily, this man is quick to give up again and hurries back to the accomplice, who is in rougher shape than ever.
Yeah.
This guy, he's literally shaking and crying and like whimpering on the ground. He's still got that gash in his side and now also has a broken nose and there's blood all over his face. "Shut up, Andy," the man says to him. And I think this is the first time he addresses the accomplice by a name. And we'll kind of talk more about this, but I'm pretty sure this isn't even his name.
Oh.
This is like another thing in the story that I don't understand, but I don't think this is even his name. The man blames Andy for everything that's happened leading up to this point. "You're a worthless piece of shit," he says to him. Andy's tempers finally boil over, and he charges straight for the man. He grabs at his throat and squeezes. Now, it seems like he's doing a little damage here, but also, like, the man isn't really fighting back because I think, like, ultimately he could take him down at any second.
Right.
He's just so much bigger and stronger. And regardless, the man just, like, starts apologizing. And he apologizes for calling him Andy, something that he doesn't like. So Andy lets go. The man tells Andy that he's going to help. I'm going to keep calling him Andy just for it's easy. The man tells Andy that he's going to help him temporarily bandage up his nose. They'll get to a hospital later. Andy takes a seat on the ground, and the man whips out his handy-dandy roll of duct tape. This is going to sting, but you're brave, he says to Andy as he begins to fasten tape across Andy's face and around the back of his head. He pulls the tape over Andy's nose, but he doesn't stop there. Around and around and around Andy's head he goes with the tape getting tighter and tighter. He then pushes Andy to the ground and mocks him. You want to know why you ended up with duct tape on your face, Andy? Lack of motivation. You're lazy, incompetent, and you complain about everything. The man kicks Andy while he's down and essentially is playing with his food. Andy tries to fight back, but he's almost completely blinded, duct tape covering his entire head, his entire face. He tries to charge at the man, but hits a tree, instead falling to the ground. The man straddles Andy's back, takes out a knife, and slits Andy's throat. Easily disposable, one and done.
I just don't know why. Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but
please.
He's a psychopath, so I'm trying to think of how a psychopath would think. I don't know why he kept him around this long.
Yes.
Was he ever helpful to you? You were just upset with him the whole time. And you were willing to kill him apparently the whole time. Like, why did you even wait? Like, I don't know who he is to you or what that all even just, I don't get that relationship at all.
Yeah. I have a theory on that, but I think it's going to come into play a little later, so I'll hold it. But yeah, no, it is like, why do you keep him around? He's nothing to you. So like, what's the point?
Exactly.
Okay, so night falls, and Eve covers herself and leaves to fall asleep, while elsewhere the man watches back again his snuff films. Come morning, Eve's fight for survival must continue. She climbs up a hill and is able to spot 2 plumes of smoke in the distance. Did I use that word correctly?
I think so, yeah.
That's a thing, right? Yeah, okay. This is another word. I meant to look this up, make sure I wasn't an idiot, but I forgot. So maybe I'm an idiot and you can make fun of me. Who knows?
Well, if you are, I am too, so it's better.
Perfect. Love that for us. She sees these in the distance, signs of human life. So she's like, I'm going to head over there. After a bit of a trek, she comes upon a campfire. A boy sits with his back to her and Eve calls out to him. But he doesn't respond, so she continues to get closer until he finally turns around. A strong look of fear sits upon his face. Eve clocks it and examines her surroundings more carefully. Under the wooden hut lays a limp, unmoving body. As she takes in this sight, the man creeps up behind her wearing a camouflage coat and tases her neck again. She falls with a thud.
Ooh, where are we?
This is the end of Act 2.
Oh!
And yes, that comes out of nowhere. And you're just like, what the fuck just happened? And don't worry, you're supposed to feel that way.
Okay, I'm not even going to ask any questions. I'm just going to let it happen.
Yes, just let it happen. So yeah, that's where we're at. I have 6 questions for you in the second act. You get your hands on the phone once the car crashes. Do you immediately try calling 911?
Yeah.
On the spot, right there, right then and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I can.
Well, so here's what I'm going to say. Whatever your score is, I'm going to have you subtract 20 from it because I don't know if we have service.
Okay. So would I call? Yeah, probably like 90.
Yep. So you can give yourself a 70.
Okay.
Yeah, I ended up with a 67 with that 20% subtraction.
Okay.
Because I do think I would.
Yeah.
I think that would be my first thought. Like, hands on the phone, call 911.
Yes.
Would we have service? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah. Do you leave the phone instead of taking it with you?
I think I would keep it.
Yeah.
And I would just keep, like, button mashing the end call until I know I'm somewhere safe. So, like, if anything pops up, it just like immediately stops. I feel like I would do that before I would just leave it behind.
I definitely wouldn't even think of it going off. Like, that would not cross my mind as like, oh, this is going to go off and like expose me. I
wouldn't either because my phone doesn't buzz or make sound. I'm like a completely silent phone girly. Right. So I forget other people's phones can do that. But
so true. Ringer on?
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, but I would keep it, so that would make my score higher.
Lower.
Oh, it would make it lower. I would keep it, so like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did 32. But yeah, same boat. Like, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah.
Except my only thought was like if I called and then left it, but like even that doesn't really make sense. So yeah, I think taking the phone is probably most people's instinct.
Yeah.
Do you think you could create enough distance between yourself and the men so they could not catch up to you?
Probably not.
They take a long time to get
they're
out
walking,
of the car.
They're chilling.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're and like they gotta burn the car and get out and whatever.
That's
and
true.
She has like a good amount of time.
She takes a whole ass nap.
This is just after the car. Like from the car to like before the phone goes off.
Oh, okay.
Like just in that moment alone.
Yeah, yeah. I would say 81.
I did 73.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she did not make enough of an effort to get far enough. Like she should have made progress.
Well, that's when she like goes and checks on them. I'm not checking on them. I'm immediately running, you know?
Why is she like
seeing what's up with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All of that. Would you choose to jump off the cliff into the water as opposed to facing the men?
Okay, so how high is it?
It doesn't look that high at all. I feel like they're trying to do camera tricks here to make it look high, but it like looks like it's right there.
It looks pretty guaranteed that I'm not gonna die or like break my leg or
100% looks like totally doable.
Then I would jump, and so that's higher.
Yes.
I would jump, and I would jump probably like 95.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I will take the cliff jump over the men.
Yeah,
yes, I
definitely.
will. Do you take off your bright red coat?
Yeah, I can withstand pretty cold temperatures. I feel like I can get down without a coat. I can handle down to like 30 degrees.
Fair.
Probably even high 20s.
But even I would take it off.
Right, in that kind of life or death situation.
Yeah.
I would take it off. Yeah, I would probably 92.
I did 96. So yeah, I'm with you. The final question. Do you avoid the campsite of strangers?
Oh, see, this is another statistic thing where I'm like, well, in this case, they didn't like take us to these woods, like the car crashed, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't think that they brought me to these woods, because if they brought me to these woods, then I'd be more hesitant of the people in these woods.
Sure.
But they didn't, so I don't think I would assume that they were, I don't know what the situation is, but that they would be anything but trustworthy. I would. Yeah, I'm desperate enough to like just find anyone else.
Yeah.
So that's low.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say probably like 15.
Yeah, I went 3.
Yeah.
I would have no reason in my head to just walk up and be like, hi, I need help.
Yeah.
I would absolutely do that in this situation. So.
Okay. My act 2 comes out to 61%.
Me too.
How do we do that? We'd actually do that more than like matching a number exactly, like from a question. It always somehow evens out, even though we have different answers.
61.
Wow.
Which for me brought me way up from my first act.
Right.
Because my first act was very low.
Yeah. For me, I'm like almost 30% down.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's fun. Wonderful. Love that. Let's see how we'll fare in Act 3.
Okay.
So we're going to do a little jump in time backwards and see how we got to this point.
Mm-hmm.
So the man's wandering the woods, and he notices a woman wearing that camouflage coat that we saw him in a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of are already clued into what's going to happen to this woman because he ends up with her coat. He looks on from far enough away not to be spotted and mumbles the story that he plans to tell to her. Like he's mumbling it under his own breath. He's going to tell them that he was hiking and his dog Andy ran off. Yes,
okay.
Perfect.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. He's feeling very confident, so he walks toward the woman greeting her and he starts to feed her his story. Seems she bought it because next thing we know, she's walking him back to their camp and she's got like a dead rabbit in her hands that she just caught. Finally, we get a look at her face and we see that this is the woman from the very start of the film, the one who told the little boy the story.
Oh.
So we reach the campsite, and the woman introduces her son as Jeremy, yes, the little boy from the beginning, and tells the man that he can use her son's phone to make a call. The man makes a very convincing call to his wife, and it's obviously not a real call,
Right.
where he tells her that he lost their dog. He's really, really sorry, but he's lost now too, and these kind people here are going to help him find his way back. He hands the phone back to Jeremy and then asks the woman if he can help with anything. When she says no, he goes back over to the boy and sees the look on Jeremy's face, and he's staring down at his phone concerned. And it's giving like he just checked the call log and noticed that he didn't make a call. What are you doing? He asks Jeremy. And when Jeremy doesn't respond, he goes, "You're watching porn, huh?"
What?
Like, what? Yeah, right next to my mom.
What?
Like, what the fuck? And Jeremy's like, "Oh, no, I'm playing video games." But the man doesn't let up and just has this whole weird interaction with this kid about watching porn.
How old is this kid?
Probably like 14.
Okay, that's so weird.
And there's also a line, I don't think I put it in here, and it makes me wonder about the man because he asks a question. He asks him if he's gay, and the kid is like, "No, I like girls." And then they move on from that. But like, it made me think of like him kissing.
Yeah,
Andy.
is he just extremely repressed?
There's not information on this film out there because there is like certain layers to it where I'm like, ooh, what does that mean? What does that mean? And I just don't know. I'm like, is there something with that? I don't know.
That's a bit frustrating.
Yeah. Because I want to know.
I want to know. Yeah.
I actually am invested. Like this man is so crazy that he's in a way kind of interesting.
Right.
Because you're like, how to, you know.
Like, what's wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the woman's been cooking the rabbit so they can all sit down and eat now. The man asks what they're doing out here, camping? Preparing for the end of the world, Jeremy says, dead serious.
Oh, right.
And the man kind of chuckles, but the woman confirms it. We're training to survive in a hostile environment. And the boy seems like he really hates this arrangement, but his mother assures him it'll all be of use someday. So like they are literally living on the land, preparing for the end of the world.
Right.
Super fun. Jeremy puts his headphones on and starts playing some music. He seems like he's just like annoyed and blocking out his mother. She turns to the man and asks him if he lives in the area, and when he says that he and his wife are just tourists visiting Europe, she suspiciously questions why they have a dog here with them. She's like, "Oh, tourists with a dog."
Yeah.
And the energy starts to get kind of tense. It's clear the woman is on guard, and the man now realizes this. He excuses himself to take a leak, not far off from the site, and the woman asks what he does for a living. The man says he makes movies, and while he's back behind the woman, he comes across a case of arrows. He grabs one and starts to head back to the camp. Jeremy, headphones still on, can see the man coming up behind his mother, and the man holds a finger to his lips, telling the boy to keep quiet.
Oh.
Jeremy inhales sharply, just as the man jams the arrow through the unsuspecting woman's ear.
Oh my gosh.
"How's that for a hostile environment?" he says. He jams the arrow in her ear until her body goes limp.
Oh.
He lets it fall, calling her a paranoid bitch, and poor Jeremy's just sitting there like completely frozen and terrified. The man takes a seat next to him and pulls off Jeremy's headphones. "Do you want to be my friend?" he asks. Jeremy forces himself to nod yes. And now we're going to go back to the present.
Is he going to think, is this stupid of me? Is he going to think that Eve is the wolf girl from the story? Is that why he's scared looking? I mean, he could also just be looking scared from this everything that just fucking happened. But
yeah, I think that's more what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So now back to the present, when Eve had approached the campsite asking for help before being snuck up on. So the man had tased her and she went out. And while she was knocked out, the man ties her up, rope around her neck, and attaches her to a tree near the campsite. He's got his camera out again, and he's filming her. "Let me introduce you to your scene partner for today, Andy," he says, gesturing to Jeremy and telling him to put the mask on. He like tosses him a ski mask. Jeremy initially resists, but the man is very intimidating, so he goes ahead and just puts it on. The man then complains to Eve, saying, "You see what I have to deal with? He complains all the time," telling us that he's just grouping Jeremy in with Andy.
Right.
that has come before. And this is, I think, where I can say, like, I think Andy is just whatever man he like preys on to help him. It seems like he goes through Andy's in a way. It genuinely seems there's another shot of another man. Well, we don't know who the man is. In one of the snuff films, we can see that there's a man with the ski mask on. He calls him Andy, but you can't see who it is. I'm like, I don't know if that's the Andy we just met or like what it is. But
yeah, there's definitely been many.
It seems like there's been more Andys than we see.
Okay.
So anyway, the man sets up his pitch for the scene that they're going to shoot. It's very, unsurprisingly, very fucked up. Andy is going to be a rebel fighter who hasn't seen a woman for a long time and then finds this here CIA agent in the woods. He will then perform sexual acts on her to get her to hand over information.
Oh, no.
So the man's very proud of his genius story idea, and he's really excited to shoot the scene. He calls action, and a crow in a nearby tree takes flight.
Oh.
As Jeremy slowly approaches toward Eve, the crow lands on top of his head, causing him to stop in his tracks. The man is amazed by his luck getting all of this on camera, but then the crow darts straight for him.
Oh.
The crow attacks the man, and during this distraction, Eve is able to crawl over to the dead body of the woman, which has just been laying there, by the way, and steals her knife. She quickly starts to cut away at her rope. The crow takes off, but the man has dropped his camera in the fire, so he panics and tries to make sure he gets that out before it becomes damaged. He sees that Eve is cutting the rope, so he makes his way toward her, but Jeremy grabs his leg on the way. "Leave her alone," he shouts. The man fights off Jeremy and heads for Eve, and she rolls to the side just before the man reaches her, causing him to fall onto the body of the dead woman. He has his taser out, and he manages to tase the dead woman's body. This jolt of electricity brings her back to life.
What?
Okay, so I don't know if they're trying to play this as like this could happen. I'm telling you, you can't tell me she wasn't dead. She was laying there with her eyes wide open this entire time. There's like no way she wasn't. I don't know what they're doing here. But she like wakes up and I'm like, okay. She stands up while Eve now is using her teeth to gnaw at the rope, trying to like bite through the rope. She manages to cut the rope. She takes off running. The man bolts after her. And this woman now, this undead woman, walks forward, very zombie-like, toward her son. She rips the arrow out from her ear. And hands it over to him before collapsing to the ground and, like, I guess actually dying now.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Listen, I don't know. So this very determined look falls over Jeremy's face. Eve is trying to run from the man, but he catches up to her and tackles her to the ground. I wanted to cut this dialogue. I decided not to because it's kind of important. And it just, this part makes me so sick. Upset.
Okay.
He tackles her to the ground and laying on top of her, he like leans down and whispers into her ear, "I'm gonna fuck you now." And Eve responds angrily, "Not sure you can, little dick." And I'm just like, damn, okay, girl. Like,
I could not be me. Like, after all of this, I'd be too scared. I could not even form a sentence.
Nope. The man rams her head into the ground and takes out a razor blade saying, "I'm the best fuck you'll ever have." This quick story time, that line was something that was said to me in a scary situation. The scariest situation I've ever been in, but also it was totally fine and I was fine. You're looking at me like I'm insane.
Excuse me? Is it the man I think it is?
No. I feel like I've told this story. I've definitely told it on stream.
Okay.
Where it's back in college. I was working on a film shoot one night. And it went really late. And I had to walk back to my dorm by myself after. And I was walking through like the quad. And there were these two drunk guys who were like going to walk past me. And I'm walking, and then one of them just says to me, like, "Hey, you want to have sex with me?" And I'm like, oh, okay, like, whatever. So I go to step around them, and they step in front of me so that I can't go around them. And then luckily, like, I was fine. I just walked, again, I walked around them. And the guy like screams to me as I'm walking away, like, oh, it's the best sex you're never gonna have.
Oh, okay.
I thought about that for so long. I was just like, that is so fucked.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with men?
Yeah,
so
yes.
sorry. Like, what is wrong with you? That was such like
Yes.
a wild. Again, it was like his friend was also like less drunk and also was trying to be like, oh, sorry about him. But I was like,
God.
whatever. But
no,
it was just such a bizarre experience where I just was like, what the fuck?
Well, also that's so common.
Mm-hmm.
It's so like, oh, yeah, we all have that story of like some
Yes.
wild thing that a man has said to us on the street.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be normal. That shouldn't be normal.
But alas, here we are.
It's just also so embarrassing. Like that line is so embarrassing because if you think it's like how I feel about just people in general, like people who think they know everything, you know nothing. So it's like you thinking that you're the best.
Right.
I fear it's going to be some of the worst if you think you're the best.
That's true. And I also have to ask myself, like, clearly this kid was like so drunk. So like, I doubt he would remember this in the morning. But if he did, I want to know what his sober self would have felt about that. You know what I mean?
I think he doesn't get care.
He don't think
he'd probably be like,
You wouldn't cringe?
I don't think he would.
That's crazy. That's,
I think it's something like that with how common it is. That's just, I think, what he wants to say sober.
That's crazy.
And it's an excuse to say it because he's drunk.
Love that. This is what makes this episode so fun.
Yeah.
Is it's just too real.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really disturbingly real. Anyway, so he says those things that he says, and then he like sits back up, like sitting on her back, and he seems to start undoing his pants when suddenly he stops cold and lets out like a groan. Jeremy has shot him in the back with an arrow.
Wonderful.
The left shoulder, it's come through like about 2 inches through the other side. And this gives Eve the opportunity to slip away. So off she runs once again, leaving the man behind with an arrow through his left shoulder. He struggles to limp after her and then decides he wants to try pulling the arrow out. So he gives it a small tug and immediately stops and is like, no.
Okay.
Because like it's painful. He lights himself a cigarette and
can I just say like what a pussy?
Yes.
Because didn't the dead woman just like pull an arrow out of her fucking head and you just can't do this. Embarrassing.
Sad for you. He lights himself a cigarette and stands in front of a tree, readying himself for the rip the band-aid off method. He steadies himself and then like rams himself back into the tree, sending the arrow almost entirely through to the other side. And then he forces himself to like yank it out the rest of the way.
Okay.
That shit definitely hurts.
Yeah.
And bro starts laughing maniacally.
Okay.
And then just like doing his primal man screams again. And then he's like, you hear me, bitch? I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill you. Now, Eve can hear this. She has taken a break herself and she looks up at the sound. Instead of charging forward, she lets out a few feral screams herself.
Oh. Well, why?
And we have reached a point with Eve that I have to just tell you, she's gotten a little crazy.
Okay. Like she's been driven crazy from all this.
Right. When she was like biting at the rope.
Oh,
the look in her eye, like it looked like she was an animal. Like,
okay.
The way she was like gnawing at it. And now she's screaming back at him in the woods. And the man finds this so delightful and screams back. And they have this like screaming back and forth moment across the woods. It's really great. Oh yeah, I wrote, we've reached delirium on both ends here.
Right, yes.
Both in rough shape. Both have been in the forest for a few days now. Both are going completely mad.
Yeah.
The man actually starts seeing shit. He sees Andy at one point through the trees. And then, he throws up a frog.
He pukes as in puke?
Yeah. So it's actually genuinely unclear if this is real or imaginary.
Sure.
Because there's been so many moments of like the animals getting in the way. And kind of like helping Eve, like the deer and the crow and the boar. And it's like, is this a real moment with the frog? I don't know.
Interesting.
So bro's currently in a clearing and he's just yelling about his pain and whatever. And Eve stumbles upon him. She doesn't bother hiding, though. She just stands there and stares at him. And she's holding this large branch in her hand that kind of looks like a club. It's got a bunch of little twigs sticking out the top, so it looks like a spiky club.
Mm-hmm.
The man spots her and stares back. He squeezes his eyes shut and opens them again. Is she really there? Eve starts charging at him full speed. The man covers his eyes and then removes his hand. She's not there, he whispers to himself. Oh, but she is.
Mm-hmm.
She runs straight up to him and clocks him across the face with the club. The man whines in pain and then starts to run away. Eve follows after him, determined, an absolutely crazed look in her eye. Suddenly, a thick fog rolls in, giving the man a chance to distance himself from Eve a little bit. And then, okay, something super bizarre happens that I can only explain to you.
Okay.
And if you have any questions about it, don't ask them because I don't have any answers.
Perfect.
So time slows down and the audio gets muffled. And a group of men playing paintball move through the fog, shooting at one another. And they're completely oblivious to both the man and Eve. And yeah. And then the fog settles and Eve spots the man. She's charging at him in slow-mo, stick raised, when a blue paintball nails her in the face, stopping her in her tracks, but only for a moment. She's determined. She continues to go toward the man who's running away. That's the end of the paintball sequence.
Okay. I'm not going to ask questions.
I told you not to.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to read one of the top reviews on this movie.
Okay.
Because, yes, it does have something to do with this.
Because we're all confused about the paintball.
Because we all want to know what's going on. Okay. It's literally the most popular review.
Mm-hmm.
2.5 stars. Imagine wanting your hero's face to be blue like Braveheart, and you can't think how, so you write absolutely random paintball players into your script so one can shoot blue paint in her face.
I see. It just looks cool. So they were
it does look very cool.
Let's do it.
But it makes no sense.
Right.
At all.
Okay.
But we love that. We love it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
So they are both sprinting full speed now when they end up in a cornfield. Great cover for the man to get some distance again. And Eve reaches the corn and screams into it in frustration. But she continues to push forward. By the time both of them emerge from the other side of the cornfield, night has nearly fallen. And what lays beyond this cornfield? It is the development we saw Eve at the start of the film. The new homes being built. The man's just running through this development when he passes a security guard sat in his van. The guard actually may not have noticed him if it weren't for his dog, since the guard was watching a movie or something on his phone. But W-Dog, the guard is alerted and takes off running after the man, telling him that he cannot be here. The man is in rough shape, so the guard catches up quickly and pushes him to the ground. This is like a real goofy, young, cocky guard, by the way. He's like, I'm trained, gonna have to ask you to leave. Like, he's just like really proud of himself.
Mm-hmm.
The man says that he's hurt and he needs help. And that's when we hear another set of footsteps running up on the scene.
Jeremy.
It's Eve.
Oh.
It's Eve.
Is he gonna show up again, by the way, Jeremy?
Jeremy, no.
What?
Jeremy's gone.
Okay.
Yep. So the second set of footsteps, that's Eve.
Yes.
And she is looking a little crazy. Her hair is a mess. She's got the blue paint on her face. She is wielding a stick. And the man's like, she's trying to kill me. So the guard tells her to back up and drop the club.
Oh
exactly.
My God, it's so
this
frustrating.
But Eve does not give a fuck what this guard is saying, and she just keeps trying to dodge around him, trying to get to the man.
Mm-hmm.
So the guard resorts to pulling out his pepper spray on her, and he gets her square in the face, and Eve has to run away because she can't see. The man is overjoyed. He is hooting and hollering, all excited, but the guard tells him to get down too.
Good.
And the guard is a little torn because Eve's getting away, but he's got this man to worry about. He calls after Eve, but then he turns back to the man who has picked up the club and swings it across the guard's face, breaking his nose. So now the guard falls to the ground and he's crying in pain.
Yes.
He's a little pathetic, I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Yeah, that hurt, but he's a terrible guard.
Yeah.
This last section of the film leads into comedy in a way that I don't feel is appropriate.
Right. Yeah.
Where it's this movie did need comedic relief, but the placement and just the timing of it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's just very weird. So cut to a man showing off one of the newly renovated homes to a couple. And I have a couple things to say here. One, this is the weirdo creep who hit on Eve at the bar near the start of the movie.
Oh my God.
Which to me feels more like we just didn't want to cast somebody else than like having any meaningful purpose of anything.
Yeah.
Also, two, I don't know who the hell is viewing homes at this hour.
Right.
But sure.
Okay.
But here we are. So he's trying to set the scene for them, have them imagine a life here. And he's showing off this giant, like, floor-to-ceiling window. And the couple's turned away from the window when Eve appears, like, looking absolutely wild outside.
Mm-hmm.
And the agent guy, he sees her, but, like, is more concerned about the couple, like, not seeing it. So he just, like, casually guides them away from the window because he just wants to make his sale. He goes back to his sale pitch when the door to the place bursts open and Eve runs inside. And she's acting beyond insane. She's just like grabbing at people. She tries to take a drink from the sink, but the water's off. And the agent goes, viewings are private and you have to apply online. Like as if this is a normal day for him. Again, it's like very comedic and just so out of place.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't funny at all, but okay. Then the man stumbles into the home and the guy's like, oop, gotta get out of here. And I think this is actually more of a recognition of this man. He knows him from the bar and like he remembers what he was whispered like to him.
Yeah.
And like he gets really scared and just like runs out. So I don't know what the hell he whispered, but it affected him. Now the man and Eve start going at it while this touring couple is just cowering in the corner watching it all play out. Eve is chucking plates across the room at the man and then pulls out a drawer and smashes it over his head. At one point, they both end up on the ground biting each other. And Eve makes her way upstairs because for some reason the bottom floor door is locked. It's now and they can't get out.
Okay.
So she goes upstairs. She locks herself in a bathroom on the second floor. The man follows after her, but he truly is real beat up by now. But regardless, plows himself through the door where Eve beats him over the head with the shower head and then chokes him out with it. The shower head then detaches from the wall and they both go flying into a wall across the room and like just fall through it. This is like when people would make fun of houses not being built well. This would be one of them because they just fly right through this wall. Meanwhile, the guard has gotten up outside and he's muttering to himself, all mad, as he makes his way back to his van. He whips open the back doors to find his, I believe, German Shepherd, Lobo, in the back.
Aww.
He calls for Lobo to come out. Lobo, the guard dog, just takes off running. Just, he knows what to do. So the man has used all his strength to get up, drag Eve across the floor, and then makes her stand up too. She spits blood into his face, and this just makes him laugh. He throws her onto the bed and whips out his razor blade. Eve, she uses a pillow to block his swings of the knife. So we get like a bit of feather action up in here.
Of course, yes.
Because, you know, we gotta like add to the cinematicness of it. And the man's slashing away through the feathers when suddenly we see Lobo charging up the stairs. Lobo runs into the bedroom and clamps his teeth around the man's arm. Eve stands up and watches while the dog attacks the man. The dog eventually retreats and sits down next to Eve, and Eve is now in a position of power over the man. He begs for his life, profusely apologizing for what he did. He didn't mean it. He really regrets it now. Eve doesn't say a word as she straddles him on the bed. The man continues to beg for mercy as Eve lifts her fist over his face and lands one hard punch, then another and another. Eve's eyes are wide as she pummels him and ignores his pleas. I love you, he says, looking up at her. And this is Eve's final straw. She clamps her hands around his throat and squeezes until the man goes limp once and for all. We fade to some shots of the trees, the forest, and the fog, and then finish on a close-up of Eve's deranged face screaming as she sprints through the woods. The end.
Okay.
And I don't even think that's a shot like meant to be after. I think it's just like, let's reuse this cool shot we didn't use earlier.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
I would
crazy.
Rate the first half of this movie probably like a solid 7.5 to 8. And then I would rate the second half of this movie like a 3.
Yeah, it's very bizarre, and I think part of what makes it hard to follow is like, why did the woman wake up from the dead?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Little Red Riding Hood thing is like they tried to essentially flip Little Red Riding Hood, where the man is the bad guy and the animals are helping her.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a little bit of like this magical element to the movie too.
Yeah.
It takes something very real and grounded and adds a little bit of weird whimsy in there.
Yeah.
It just feels, and again, the ending is like very comedic. The guard and like the whole house showing are like supposed to be kind of funny, and it's just not freaking funny.
Nothing about this is funny.
Yeah. So that part's weird, but as a whole, I like this movie because I think it takes some of the tropes of this like subgenre of horror and like makes it a little more interesting. And again, this is like one of the scariest men I've ever seen.
Yes.
In a movie ever. He's so scary, and like he's just got like these really sharp features and just his face, and he's kind of rugged. Like he's so scary.
Yeah.
I hate him.
What do you think the final message is? Do you think there is one?
I looked up a Reddit post on this actually.
Okay.
And people were confused.
Sure. Because I'm like, is the message that men drive women crazy?
Yeah, right? Like what?
You know?
I think it's a lot. Unfortunately, I don't think it's extremely complex. I think it's just like the man versus the bear thing.
Sure. Okay.
I think they just kind of were going for that in a little bit of a sloppy way.
Yeah.
Again, like I don't mean to talk negatively on the film because I do like it, and it's well shot and there are some good moments.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little weird.
It's just a little weird.
At times.
That's
it's just a little weird at times, and that's okay. The actress is really good.
That's good.
Her arc is a little weird because she gets like insane too fast, I think.
Okay.
Because she gets to an insane level of crazy, but it seems to like just happen too quickly. And like you wouldn't go that insane that quickly, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I agree.
And then there's the question of who's Andy?
Yeah.
Where is he finding these men? I don't know.
And
how many times have you done this?
Why it does feel like it's valid to ask, why are you doing this? He feels like someone who hates women so badly that it makes you wonder like what got you to this point. And because obviously there's so many horror movies where it's like you don't need to know why, like it's just a psychopath, but there's something about him that feels like there is a why and we just don't get it.
Exactly. I think it comes back to like him filming it and all of that too. Like there's a reason you're doing this beyond just like having some fun.
Yeah.
It does feel, and like getting the Andy backstory with like the foster home.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like it
unexplored.
Like there's something there. I don't know. There's just like a lot of questions you're left with at the end of this movie going like, huh? What was that? What was that?
Definitely.
And it's not a highly covered film.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have 6 questions for you once again.
Okay.
Between taking the knife off the dead body and gnawing at it with your teeth, can you free yourself from the rope?
Okay, so why did she start, like she took the knife but then she used her teeth? Like what happened with the knife?
Sorry, yeah, that's on me. The man attacked her and like the knife went flying.
Oh,
so she had to resort to using her teeth.
How likely am I to be able to free myself? I would say 40.
I did 44.
Yeah.
Because 1, I don't know if I would think to get the knife.
I think I would, but then I'd probably easily lose it in the attack. And then it's a matter of like the teeth and being able to do that.
I don't think I could do that. 1, I don't think I'd think to do that. And 2, the thought of rope in my mouth. I know it's a life or death situation, but oh my God.
Oh, really?
What do you like the texture of rope?
No, I just think I could do it. Like it doesn't freak me out like that. It's like I don't want to, but if I need to, I think I would be able to.
I think like I
bear
could,
that,
but I really, 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 really don't want to. I have the same. You know how like a popsicle has like a wooden stick? I hate that.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I had a popsicle yesterday that had a wooden stick and I thought I was going to die.
After I eat a popsicle, like I'll just keep the stick in my mouth a little bit.
Ew!
Have a little gnaw.
I get rid of the stick as quickly as I possibly. I cannot believe you. You're insane.
Well, yes.
Oh my God, I hate it. Okay. Sorry. You lose the man in the woods. You then come across him again. Do you avoid him as opposed to attacking him?
I don't think I think I would stay avoiding. Okay, so if I avoid, I'm higher.
Yes.
I think I would probably go up to like a 78.
I did 99.
Oh, really?
I have no reason
Well,
to
I'm
attack
thinking
him.
about like how easily, if I can successfully like avoid him. I'm taking that into account,
Oh,
not so much the decision.
just the choice. It's just
the choice. I would go higher. I would go probably 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like he's just acting crazy and weird and you could just leave. But she's like, no, I'm like angry and I want to attack him, which I understand her anger, but like,
yes,
I would rather.
But he's also terrifying. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's not like we found him like tied to a tree somewhere. If that were the case, I might do a little something.
Mm-hmm. I have to ask this. Do you get the attention of the paintballers? Because like we could just ask them
like,
for help.
Yes.
I know. It's the most bizarre sequence I've ever seen in my life.
Weird.
Because you're in the woods and suddenly there's a man. First of all, at first you don't even know it's a paintball gun. So this man just shows up with a giant gun and I'm like, what the
Who are you?
Through the fog and it's cinematic and it's slow-mo and I'm like, what movie is this?
Oh my God. Well, I want to know what you put for this.
89.
Okay. Yeah. 88 was in my head, so I'll stick to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 88 because how wouldn't like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, there's paintballers.
Yes.
All right. You come upon the guard and the man. Are you able to regain your composure and communicate with the guard?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think like 85.
I did 92.
Yeah.
I just don't think her being this insane makes sense.
No, I don't. I think a woman in this position would unleash insanity when necessary for survival to get through it, and would unleash composure when necessary for survival to get through it. Yeah. And this is one of those things where I feel like your survival instincts would bring you back down and make you talk and be understood and everything the best you can. So
I debated whether or not I was going to do this, and I decided I am because I think we deserve higher scores.
Okay.
Same question as above. But this time, we're talking about the agent and the couple touring the house. Like, could you compose yourself and ask them for help?
Like, even higher for them?
I went lower for some reason.
I'm going to go higher because of, like, I'm going to go, like, 93.
Okay.
Because of the situation where, like, you can knock on the door.
Literally. She just bursts through like a psychopath.
Just bursting through is going to scare them. If you just knock on the door and you're crying and you're looking like this, they're going to be like, oh my God, and immediately want to help you. Whereas like with the guard, you're just kind of like running up and you're like, oh, hello. You know, and it's takes them more of a second to make him understand what's going on. Whereas I feel like you have the time to knock on the door and just like ask for help in a more normal accepted way with them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I went 90. So like I only went down 2% from the last one. So 92 and 90 were my things there because I was just, Yeah. Okay. And then the final question, because I have to ask, could you survive a 1v1 fight against this man? He is weakened while in a state of pure rage. You're in pure adrenaline rage. He's weakened from a lot of things.
Yeah.
What are your chances of survival at this point?
I really want to go because now at this point, I think like the anger rage does take over when you're faced into a final 1v1. So I'm going to give myself a 75.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went 42 just because I never trust myself in strength.
That's fair, but I think because he's so weakened and because we're so crazy, I feel like this is when we go for the biting and the eye gouging and like, I'm just going to like, okay, I'm sorry to men, but I'm going to actually do awful things to you. Like, but
I know what you mean.
Yes. There's no holding me back anymore. So I can go for all the dirty moves that you like usually are like, I can't do that. That's gross. That's scary. But no, it's like, fuck it. And you're weakened. So hopefully that helps.
And this, just a reminder to women that one advantage that we have is that men have a very exposed weak spot.
Exactly.
It's very effective.
Exactly.
Not that I've done it. I just,
I haven't.
I know
well, only accidentally. Well,
fair.
like not with my, okay, anyways. I'm talking like in sports. I've accidentally hit boys many a time, and I do apologize.
You're like, oops, sorry about
Not just
that.
like on a random, like my foot slipped out in front of me, like,
and I kicked you in the balls.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my act 3 comes out to a 79.
Okay, mine was a 76.
Cool.
So I'm curious to see what your final is, because there was a range that I thought we would end up in for this episode.
And you did.
And I did land in that range.
My final comes out to a clean 75%.
Oh, okay. So I was a 65.
Oh.
Which means we are landing on 70.
Yeah.
I predicted 61 to 69.
Oh my gosh. Okay, close.
So you pulled us right over, but I'm actually glad it's 70.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're in the 60s way too much these days.
Yeah. We don't want to give this man, we're going to give this man a run for his money at that 70. That's how much we hate him.
That's how much we hate him.
Our hatred fueled the 70.
Absolutely. It's also like I am just the obnoxious, I'm going to say it. I say it at like almost every episode. I'm so cocky when it comes to the woods. I'm like, I got this.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I'm hiding. I'm PETA, okay? Yeah. I'm going to...
Yep.
Can't find me. I'm really cocky about that. So this taking place in the woods and like the fact
there's
that
a lot
they're
of
like
opportunity
sleeping overnight and all this shit. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy that we reached 70 for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with us this week. As always, check out the links below to find our Instagram, Patreon, and Discord, where you too can fill out an interactable worksheet to get your own score. So let us know. Would you survive?